Gentlemen, you don't have enough talent to win on talent alone.
Hello and welcome to the Talent Podcast brought to you by The Wheel. I am your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always, he is a member of the ACC. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how are you doing today?
Screw the ACC. I'm good.
Yeah, I would say are the most notable Notre Dame fan on the planet, yeah?
I think Shane Gillis has me beat. More people seem to know who he is.
Yeah, but don't liberals hate him or something?
Do they still hate him?
I don't know if they... At one point, they definitely hated him, right?
Yes.
Why did they hate him?
He made... Well, because... at one point, he got, he got kicked off SNL for some, jokes he made that were, people get all uppity about you making today. But then he's been super successful. I don't know, sometimes he has, bro energy, I think. And so he makes jokes that people think means he's, a MAGA dude, but he's not. He's just making jokes.
But, here's the thing about him. Maybe he has, kind of bro energy, but also he has the soft, doughy face of someone who would, know what it means when you say, don't dead name me.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it. Shane Gillis looks like someone who would wear a shirt that says borders are illegal. I'm not saying he would. I'm just saying he looks like someone who would.
I think he's really funny. I also think the show he has, that show he has on Netflix, Tires, is also pretty funny.
Haven't watched it. Personally, I just listen to him for his conservative commentary. I'm not. People have said he's a comedian. I've never heard any of his jokes. I just tune in because I want to know what he has to say about illegal immigrants.
Right. Exactly. I mean, he's most infamously known for his Trump impersonation.
Yeah, because he was doing that on SNL. Who had the best SNL Trump impersonation? I think your three options are Alec Baldwin.
His was the worst.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy.
She did a Trump?
I think she did, didn't she?
She did the really good bits where she was the speakers of the House, during his first term.
Oh, maybe that was it.
One Italian sounding dude, then Sean Spicer or whatever. It was really funny.
Yeah, she did Sean Spicer. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was really good when she did Sean Spicer. Who was it? Colin Jost, usually does Weekend Update. He did a really good Pete Hegseth this past weekend that came across my feed on Twitter.
I feel like if I was an actor and someone came to me and said, we need you to do a Pete Hegseth, I would just, in my head, do the Jaws speech over and over again until I could make my eyes dead like a doll's eyes.
I thought you said you were going to go method and you were going to just start drinking heavily.
Start putting out classified secrets on Signal chats.
Yeah. Get Nazi tattoos.
Do you have Nazi tattoo?
He has iron crosses.
I don't know anything about this. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark and say it's on his chest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is, actually. Yeah.
Where else would you get an iron cross tattooed? Say that you're enough of a Nazi to get an iron cross tattooed.
Pelvis.
It's kind of just the chest, but lower.
Dick.
So.
Yeah, right there.
On the dick would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, what if, when you're not... I don't know. I've really trapped myself in a corner where I'm going to have to say some kind of gross word. When you are flaccid, it looks like an iron cross. And when you're not, it kind of looks like a bed. It's got the headboard and it's laid out, at an angle.
Yeah. Can you get dick tattoos? Do people do that?
Yeah, you can get dick tattoos. You can get tattooed anywhere you have skin.
Okay. All right.
You should know. You got more tattoos than me.
I don't have a dick tattoo.
Not yet. I'll tell you what. I will null all debts to me owed if you get a dick tattoo.
Not happening.
I'll even pay for the dick tattoo.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. But really, which one of us is paying in this situation, Mike?
Right. Can we do it on the live stream?
Yeah, sure. It's a good thing that these podcasts aren't monetized because we would have been demonetized by now with the amount of times we've said the word dick in the first 4 minutes of this podcast.
PP. Is that better?
Yeah.
I think you just gotta on
Unalived.
YouTube. I think you just gotta make it farther into the video before you start saying things that they flag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like 4 minutes in what I assume is gonna be an hour and 40-minute podcast seems pretty soon to be dropping all these D bombs.
D bombs. What soft world are we living in? Where dick is like a you said dick.
Yeah. What's the softest swear that people use the term bomb for?
S bomb.
For shit? Do people say S bomb?
No, for slut. Yeah, for shit.
A bomb? Do people want to avoid dropping asses around?
No, I feel like ass is just a word now. We've become so desensitized.
Yeah. Remember
We've lost
when
all
you were
our
like
good
in high
Christian
school
values in America.
and someone would say like, "Don't call me a dude," because the hair's on an elephant's butt?
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that a real thing? You ever look into this?
I never did look into it.
It makes you question the Big Lebowski. That's all I'm saying. Which is 2 consecutive podcasts the Big Lebowski's come up on, and neither one by you. What's going on? You're the Big Lebowski guy. I don't even really like the movie that much.
I love that movie. You like that movie?
It's fine. It's a movie.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's not a top 5 Coen movie.
Oh yeah, I feel like we already got into this.
Did we?
Yeah, because didn't Tyler also? Did Tyler not have it in his top 5?
I don't remember. I don't remember this conversation at all.
Yeah.
Was this like in a group chat somewhere, or was it on podcast, like on mic?
It may have been on live stream, maybe.
Why would Tyler be on the live stream?
Now. He wasn't, but I remember we were talking about it, and I thought you texted him because he told you his top 5. If it wasn't Coen Brothers, it was some other director.
Another director that made the Big Lebowski?
No. So, Adam, what happened in football this week?
I'm not trying to kick you while you're down. That is legitimately not my concern here. I got to know from a college football angle. Are you okay with Notre Dame taking their ball and going home since they didn't make the playoffs?
Yeah.
You're fine with them saying no bowl game?
Other teams said it too. There's like 7 teams that rejected it.
Right, but it's Notre Dame.
Yeah, so I get it. They want to put us in a meaningless bowl game to help their revenue and their TV viewership. And we're like, nah, we're good.
Okay, so you're fine with it.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with any team that does screw your useless bowl game.
From the outside, as someone who does not watch college sports, my thought was that the bowl games were important. But all the college fans I know were like, now the playoff, the bowl games don't fucking matter. Bowl games are garbage.
Yeah, because there's more playoff games. So like before, especially like BCS era, when a computer just spat out 2 teams and so they're playing for the national championship, all the other like bowl games, especially the big one like your Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, etc., those were like still big deals, you know?
Yeah.
Then it went to 4-team, and then now with it being a 12-team playoff, there's so many playoff games that their bowls are just things that that college football is eventually gonna have to figure out what they're doing with, because teams are going to continue to you're going to continue to have your handful of teams that are going to decline, or I mean, there's some situations where a team might decline just because they're like, hey, I have like these many players who are either going to the draft or going into the portal, so I'm not going to go and field this team I'm about to put out there.
Okay, I have 2 more college football playoff-based questions for you then. One to do with Notre Dame for sure.
Okay.
First, how do you feel that on Tuesday or whenever Notre Dame's ranked above Miami, neither team plays, and the playoff comes out, and Notre Dame's out and Miami's in?
Well, that's part of like one big thing that came out of this that I hope they'll do starting next year is they need to get rid of the weekly reveals of the rankings.
Why?
Like, I get it. ESPN gets viewership off of it. They love it, but it's unnecessary. And you put information out there, and then you just kind of like end up going a different direction in the end. Like, for example, what's the new guy's name? Howard Check or whatever. The head of the committee after the reveal was talking to Reese Davis, and this was his explanation that when BYU got their ass kicked again by Texas Tech, it bumped BYU. If you're looking at last week's standings, how I changed it, bumped BYU down behind Miami and moved Miami up. So then it put Notre Dame right next to Miami. And he said, now that they were right next to each other, we had to take into account the head-to-head game. It's like, why would you wait until they're next to each other to take that into account? That makes no sense. Like, I get it if they're like 8-10 spots apart, then it doesn't come into play. But now you say because instead of being like 2 spots apart, they're literally 1 spot apart. Now it factors in. It makes no sense. So really what they should have done is they shouldn't do these stupid weekly things. They should wait until the season's over. They have all their information and then spit it out. Just do the AP poll all year and then reveal their rankings. You don't even have to reveal a full 25.
Second question. How did Duke end up in the ACC title game?
A really stupid tiebreaker. There was a 5-way tie in the ACC for second place. And they have some really weird tiebreaker. I think it's strength of opponent winning percentage or something.
So it's basically a strength of schedule tiebreaker.
It's some weird metric that they do for the tiebreaker when really what like the most logical thing to do is say, oh, these 5 teams are tied. Who's the highest ranked team among those 5? Okay, that team's going.
Or
not the team that's 5 losses.
Get all 5 coaches to line up, 100-yard dash, winner gets to make the bowl game.
That's also an idea. You could do that.
We need to stop taking sports so seriously. That's my take. We need to have more ridiculous things. Like, if there was a tie for the 1 seed in the AFC at the end of the year, wouldn't you pay money on a pay-per-view event if Sean Payton and Mike Vrabel had to have an arm wrestling contest for who got to be the 1 seed?
Yeah, I feel like Sean would get demolished in that, right?
But what if they came to you and said, "Hey, it's $15 to watch it"?
So just real quick, it was prioritizes head-to-head matchups. Once you go for this is for the ACC's tiebreakers, then common opponents winning percentages, then combined opponent win percentage, followed by a team rating score, and finally a random draw by the commissioner if all else fails.
So no, you wouldn't pay $15 to watch Mike Vrabel and Sean Payton arm wrestle?
I'd pay $15 to watch them box.
See, this is the shit we need. Like, for all of F1's faults, F1 gets it at least because they're run half by a racing commission and half by, like, literally just a media enterprise. And so they sometimes just do the most random shit, and you're like, wait, why are you doing this? And they went, because people will watch it. Yeah. And they do. People watch it.
Mm-hmm.
They have fucking Max Verstappen touring around in a Lego car on ESPN Plus, and people fucking watch it.
Yeah, I saw a commercial the other day for F1 Legos.
You buy any?
No. How long until we get an F1 Lego movie with Will Arnett? It's the real question.
The car? Well,
the car.
Who played Lightning McQueen? It was someone notable, right?
Owen Wilson.
Was it Owen Wilson?
Yeah. Ciao.
Ka-chow. That's what I always think of with him. Why wouldn't we have Owen Wilson play the car then? He's the most famous animated car in history. Also,
yeah, Will Arnett played Lego
about,
Batman.
Like, can people get inside the car? Or is it like full of like internal guts and stuff?
I don't know.
How did they get new cars?
They procreate.
But all they have is a tailpipe.
I'm sure I could Google that and find some fucked up image on the internet.
And as far as I know, you can't make any babies in the tailpipe. You know what I'm saying, folks?
Hey-o.
Say-o.
That's what they teach you in church.
Take me to church. Mike, contrary to popular belief, we are not a Lightning McQueen podcast. Although, I have been thinking recently we don't make enough niche podcasts. Like, we haven't been able to break through because we don't talk about something so specific that no one else is doing it. Should we make a Lightning McQueen-based podcast?
Why not? You know, content's content. You just got to keep cranking it out. That's what I say.
But we are an NFL and professional football-based podcast, just in case one day the NFL falls into a pit and we have to watch a different professional football league. I don't want to box us into a corner on that. And as a professional football-based podcast, we are here to cover the professional football-based sport of the NFL. Week 14 in the books, Mike. Early on in the season, we consistently overreact to things, and then later in the season, I think us as a football watching community have a very good habit of still overreacting to things. So, what I wanted to do is I want to go through the full slate. All 12 games this week. Is that right? 14 games? 15 games? Was there only 2 teams on bye?
I thought buys aren't done.
No, the Patriots are on bye this week, and the Giants. For
sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Anyways, We're going to go through all the games on the slate outside of Monday Night Football because it hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to just talk about the results and talk about if these are real or fake. Now, this can be interpreted in a lot of ways, and I am open to whatever your interpretation is. But my way of thinking of it is, in a single elimination game between these two teams, do you think this result is real or fake?
Okay. I thought you meant like if no, I thought you meant like, did it really happen, man? Was any real at all, bro?
Well, I smoked a ton of salvia right before the week started. Yeah. So I'm really trying to figure out if any of this really happened or I just imagined it.
Let's find out.
First game, Thursday Night Football, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
The Dallas Cowboys at the Detroit Lions. Detroit ends up winning at 44-30 after a late Dallas push and an inevitable Dak Prescott interception. 1 of 2 on the day, by the way. Real or fake, Mike, this result? And then we'll talk a little bit more about the game.
I think this would be real. This is real. Because
Detroit is the most real or fake team this season, right?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as we start to believe in them, they get like a high quality win and then just drop a complete turd game. Like 24-9 over the Bucs back before the Bucs were good, coming off a 30-17 loss to the Chiefs. The next week they lose 27-24 to the Vikings. Then they crush the Commanders by 22, and then they lose 16-9 to the Eagles. Like, this team refuses to play 2 weeks in a row where they look like contenders and refuses to play 2 weeks in a row where they look like they're going to miss the playoffs.
I think that's just a sign of good coaching. Well, obviously they're also like a talented team as well, but I think I don't think this team can win a Super Bowl. But I don't think they're going to roll over at any point and just get their ass kicked like weeks on end, like you said. And I think that's because they have a very good coach and coaching staff led by Dan Campbell, and so like they're going to fight every week. And so that's why it's like they're kind of like a coin flip team. I will say this: I know they let him throw for 376 yards, but they did pick him off twice. And at this point, when you look at like the Lions secondary, it's actually a win for them.
Yeah,
only giving up 376 yards. We also got the first real like George Pickens crash out, didn't we?
I don't know. I feel like this is a little overblown on the Pickens crash out. Like, he definitely was unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like 1 moment, 2 moments when the intensity was high.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much I believe in this whole like, oh, it's happening with Pickens again narrative. Like, I think Pickens is having a good time in Dallas.
He's also like, because of the way things went in Pittsburgh, like he's under a microscope. So if he has so much as like gives someone a side eye, the internet's like typical diva jerk butt face Pickens.
Can I say quietly, this was also once again a win for the Dallas defensive line?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Gibbs has 3 touchdowns, right? But neither running back eclipses 60 yards. Neither running back eclipses 5 yards a carry. I'm just saying, once again, the Dallas defensive line. Oh, sorry, Montgomery had 10 yards a carry. I had scrolled down too far.
Right. So now I'm double guessing. Not double guessing. I'm questioning myself. So I guess I put it this way: this score could have been either direction, and I would have probably said real. Does that make sense? Like, I think these are both teams.
Here's the thing, right? And I was thinking the same thing when I was preparing for this podcast. These two teams are the same team, just with different players, right? Like,
yeah,
they both have like equal amounts of strengths and weaknesses. It's just where those strengths and weaknesses take place. Like, exactly. We would never say the 6-6-1 late surge Dallas Cowboys and the last year presumptive Super Bowl favorite Detroit Lions are the same team on external conversation. But if you just watch them week to week, you have no idea what's showing up outside of a few things that you know are going to be solid. Like, you know Dallas's passing game is going to be good because it's Dak, CD, and George Pickens. And you know showing up that the Lions' run game is going to be good because it's Gibbs, Montgomery, and a very good offensive line. Although injured offensive line. And really good pass blocking receivers and tight ends. But they're the same team. They're the same team, but you put all the strength and weaknesses into a shaker, like a Yahtzee shaker, and shook it and then rolled out your Yahtzee.
Yeah.
You know what it's called, by the way? If you roll a Yahtzee?
Yahtzee?
It's called bingoing. Like, in the rule books.
Oh.
It's not called a Yahtzee. It's called a bingo.
But you yell Yahtzee, I thought, when you do it.
I don't think you have to. It's not like Uno. Like that's not a rule.
You didn't yell Yahtzee. Now you gotta pick up 7 more dice.
Any more thoughts on this game, or should we move on?
Move on.
Moving on, like the All-American rejects.
It's so funny. I was about to start singing that song.
The Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. The Dolphins win 34-10 in a game where Devon Achane was not the leading rusher. Real or fake, Mike?
I'd say real. I'd say very real. Like this,
34 points to the Dolphins is real?
Like, if you're gonna tell me which one of these teams do I think is better, I'm gonna say the Dolphins. Like, apparently, Mike McDaniels just hated Will Greer so much that he couldn't do his job. But now that he's gone, he's got his team on a winning streak, and they're still not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
You know what my favorite thing about this winning streak is? Mike McDaniel, there's too many of these mix. Wow, that sounded that sounded really racist when I said it that way. There's too many people whose name starts with MC coaching in the NFL. We gotta fire 2 of them. It's gotta be like Highlander.
There can be only one.
Yeah. My favorite part about this win streak, dating back to early November against the Bills, is somehow Mike McDaniel just said, "What if we won games without Tua involved at all?" So the Bills game being the aberration, he throws the ball 21 times, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Even that, like, not substantial. Still doesn't eclipse 200 yards, doesn't eclipse 25 passing attempts. Washington, 14 for 20, 171, no touchdowns, no interceptions. New Orleans, 12 for 23, 157, 1 interception. And then this week, in a 34-point win, 13 for 21, 127 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Jalen Wright, baby. It's a Jalen Wright game.
A few years ago, this was the offense that was like, we're going to huck that ball downfield. We're going to get Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in full speed motion behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to get going. They're going to beat your receivers, and we're just going to be bombing it downfield. Now, during this win streak, there's been 2 different games where Tua's averaged less than 7 yards an attempt.
That might be how to win.
Yeah, I mean, if somehow at this point McDaniel hasn't saved his job and he gets fired, I will pay all the money to have him come OC in Washington next year. I'll pay all of it.
As a Bills fan, I'm just glad that like this win streak happened after they beat us. Like, it would have sucked if they beat us and they turned around and like went back to losing to bad teams.
Yeah, especially because you're already, getting the shaft from Miami in college football. You don't want to get it in the NFL too.
Yeah, it's gonna take that.
Should we any Brady Cook thoughts?
No.
All right.
Mizzou! Let's go, baby.
Next up, a showdown with the 2 best teams in the AFC North, which is a lot like the famous South Park episode where you had to vote for a douche or a turd sandwich. Pittsburgh Steelers win a cardiac-inducing snooze fest against the Baltimore Ravens, 27-22. Real or fake, Mike? For those of you who are not watching the video version, Mike made a face like when you have 1 too many shots and you are definitely going to throw up.
Yeah. I mean, that's what watching AFC North divisional games are this season.
Heyo.
Like, I guess
should we,
real? I don't know.
As a gimmick, next year, when we're in the same place, should we watch an AFC North game and every turnover we have to take a shot?
There you go.
You say real?
I guess.
There's some raw numbers involved in this game where you're like, wow, this was a good game, but it was not. DK Metcalf, 148 yards. Zay Flower, 124 yards. You're like, wow, must have been slinging the ball around. It's like, no, like DK Metcalf had a huge chunk play that came at one point when the Ravens pass rush was so goddamn bad that Aaron Rodgers held onto the ball for 8 seconds and threw a ball to a wide open DK Metcalf.
Yeah. Like this Ravens team, even now that Lamar's back, just can't get going.
Lamar's been bad.
Is he broken?
You know what? Bad year. It's a backslide for black quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson hate progress. I think that's my thought on it. Jalen Hurts hates progress.
Yeah.
They like the old ways, Mike. I'm, for one, do not agree with that.
Joke.
Patrick Mahomes hates progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he hates everything because he's a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry, broken. He hasn't averaged more than 4 yards a carry in like 5 weeks. Lamar Jackson looking worse than Tua Tagovailoa, who's one of the only black quarterbacks in the NFL who loves progress.
The fall off for players more often than not isn't a slow decline.
Tell it to Aaron Rodgers. 8.4 yards an attempt. Got a touchdown out there.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a 2-time MVP. It's not crazy to think that
Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP.
Right. So my point being is, like, even though Rodgers is in no way the player he was, and most weeks he doesn't play that great, he still is Aaron Rodgers. So he'll probably, let him throw 20 darts. He'll probably hit one bullseye at some point.
Aaron Rick Moranis Rodgers out here, throwing 20 darts and hitting a bullseye.
But I was speaking more just like the Derrick Henry thing, that he hasn't been anything like he usually is this season.
Yeah.
It just kind of hits you. Also, I'm not saying this is the case for Lamar Jackson. It's been a rough year all around for the Ravens, and he's had injuries, so he could still be a little banged up. But I think we take for granted sometimes, because of guys like Brady and other greats who just for like a decade plus, year in, year out, were just like elite, that like some quarterbacks have a window where they're like really good, and then they just, become something different. Like, we should forget, like, I'm not comparing the two, but there was like a 4 or 5 year stretch where Andy Dalton was like a legit top 15 starter in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it just kind of, he got into his 30s, and like it just kind of shifted. I'm not saying that's what's going on with Lamar, but we always have to think it could.
And Lamar doesn't like look different as a runner. It's just that, like, I don't know, man. It's like the decision making looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just making poor choices. And, some credit where credit's due. I don't know why the tight ends on Baltimore this year are completely broken. They're just like constantly. I mean, okay, so there's the whole was it a catch thing with Isaiah Likely. Should we litigate that? I mean, we'll be the 9,000th podcast to litigate that today.
You can if you'd like.
I think it was a catch purely because once something's a touchdown, the play's supposed to be dead. So it shouldn't be that it was like a touchdown and then got ripped out, so the catch wasn't completed. Like, it was a touchdown the second he had possession of it, and then the play's dead. But it's the NFL. Like, we've been dealing with this catch stuff for years. So if you add that, sure, maybe it's a different game, like we're talking about in that. But Isaiah Likely has the last year in the opener against the Chiefs, he has the game-winning pass that he catches barely out of bounds. He fumbles the ball out of the end zone this year, which Zay Flowers did last year in the playoffs. Now he has this catch, but it's not a catch. Mark Andrews has like had 3 or 4 times during his career in the last few years where he has just like handed the ball to the defense on a catch. Like, he just volleyball sets it to the defense, or he catches it and uses his momentum to swing the ball over right into a cornerback's hands who just takes it away. Like, I don't know what it is with the tight ends, or even the drop 2-point conversion against the Bills. Like, these tight ends are just constantly at the center of controversy, and I do not know why. All right, on to the next game.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, I think the team just feels snake bit in general, and that could be part of like when you go like, oh, Lamar doesn't look as good this year. Let's say he is healthy. There's also like the mental aspect of sports of where like shit's just not going good for that team, and it can just seep into like every aspect of play.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen this with the Bills. I've seen this with the Timberwolves. Like, teams that hit the precipice a few times, they're when the core is the same, they have like an inability to hit the gas early in the season. Because I mean, you were fucking crashing out for early in the season when you were like, another season, just got to go through all this to get to the playoffs to hopefully win it. And like, we're not even paid to do this. Like, the Lamar and Isaiah Likely and John Harbaugh and Greg Roman, who's not on the team anymore, but I think still thinks he is, have to wake up every single day and go, oh, fuck. Gotta make it back to the playoffs before any of this starts mattering. And like, how do you get yourself up and go, all right, got to grind 6 hours of film today, when you're like, oh God, it's 6 months of getting hit by 300-pound dudes before I even get back to where I want to be.
I mean, it takes a next level of determination. I mean, that's why you see people say like cheesy things all the time. Like I think Joe Brady will always say like 1-0 after a win.
Mm-hmm.
Because you like do have to keep like that cheesy mentality.
We'll get to this
Like
in a
get
segment
yourself
later.
up every week.
I can't tell if Joe Brady is the next Ben Johnson or the next Josh McDaniels. It fluctuates on a week-to-week basis. Like I hear him talk, and I'm like, this guy's gonna be Dan Campbell. Like he's gonna get in there and motivate people, and then I'll hear him say something else, and I'm like, oh no, this is just his entire personality is the Duval press conference.
Duval.
Speaking of Duval, slightly different city in Florida. The New Orleans Saints win 24-20 over the collapsing Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike, real or fake?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Jags game, and then I realized that you didn't. Yeah, the Bucks are collapsing. I think this is I think this has to be fake.
They've lost 4 of their last 5. Now, this is their first loss against a bad team all season. But they have lost 4 of their last 5.
Yeah.
Which sucks for you because you know their one win in the last 5 was the $100 game.
Yeah, I know. And even that, they only won by 3 points. So
yeah,
not good.
Baker's hurt, right? He's got to be. He had that shoulder injury where he was like in so much pain that he looked like he was going to throw up, and now he's still out there playing. Like Baker's hurt, Agbuka's hurt, Mike Evans is literally hurt. Like this team is just real injured right now.
Yeah, they're beat to hell. And also, I mean, like the way Baker played yesterday was next level bad.
Yeah, it was. I would describe it as Cleveland Browns Baker-esque.
Yeah, and at that time, Baker was also beat to shit. So,
turns out that he just can't hang with injuries. Everyone's like, "Hey, he's tough." Well, maybe he should go on IR because he's not playing very well with all these injuries. He's not Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford could get shot and hit by a car and would still go out there and throw for 250 and a touchdown.
Tyler Shuck, 7 carries, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I refuse.
Athletic, Tyler Shuck.
I refuse. The man's like, okay, there's a scene from Dark Knight Rises when Christian Bale goes and talks to a doctor, and the doctor's like, "You have no ligaments left. Like, there's no ligaments in your knees." That is Tyler Shuck. I refuse to believe that the 26-year-old with no ligaments left in his knees is going to be a 5-year starter caliber quarterback in the NFL. Saints, listen to me here. New Orleans Saints. Kellen Moore, whoever the fuck your GM is. I assume still Mickey Loomis. Wait, no, not Mickey Loomis, the other guy. Who's the other guy? Who's their GM? Is it Mickey Loomis? No,
Loomis?
It is Mickey Loomis. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's the one he's like one of those GMs that you're like, oh shit, he's still there?
Yeah, you're like, is he the owner now? Has he been there long enough to... Mickey Loomis, listen to me. Draft a quarterback. Okay.
Don't do it, Mickey.
We're like, ooh, Shuck for real? In the pocket, this guy against a injured Bucks defense. There has never been a great passing defense, even with the immortal Benjamin Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
13 for 20, 144 yards and an interception. He also took 3 sacks for 23 yards, including an ugly one in which he just refused to throw the ball away. Like, no, Tyler Shuck is not the future of New Orleans football. Yeah. Tyler Shuck isn't even the presence of New Orleans football. The guy is nearly AARP age ready. Like, Tyler Shuck is nearly as old as me, and I'm a washed background investigator. Like, are we really going to start giving this guy the belt? We're going to be like, well, you know, you got to run out there with Tyler Shuck. See what he can do when everyone's healthy, and we really get this thing cooking. By the time this team is good enough to even win the goddamn NFC South, Tyler Shuck will be 41 years old.
Now, the story coming out of the game is in no way, whoa, Saints, they have something here. It's all like, oh man, Bucks have fallen apart. But also, it can be
there has been fucking Saints propaganda since this game. People are actually like believing in the Saints. That's why this game's fake.
I wouldn't do that.
That's what makes this game fake. Yeah. The score is not fake. Tampa Bay is in a bad spot right now. What makes this game fake is anyone going, the Saints could really do something here. Is Shuck a starting quarterback?
No. He's not. But it's important to remember with Tampa Bay, they started 5-1, and four of those wins were all like 1-score close games.
Is this
is this crazy?
Is this a Simmons's the bad good team or whatever it is?
I don't know if it's a Simmonism. It's just I think whenever a team is rattling off of like tight 1-score wins, like that's great. But that also is like unsustainable, especially once you start to suffer injuries, then like that's the difference.
Speaking of suffering injuries, Mike, the Indianapolis Colts lose 19-36 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Real or fake?
Duval, us real baby, AFC South champ Duval baby.
They got some stiff competition in the Houston Texans.
Holy, oh god.
Definitely not the Indianapolis Colts anymore, let me tell you something. Daniel Jones goes out. It is confirmed to be an Achilles tear in the opposite leg to what his broken leg was. By the way, Daniel Jones walked off the field.
Shit. Who was it? Wasn't it Kobe who shot a free throw?
Yeah, that was a joke I made in group chat today where someone was like, confirmed Daniel Jones torn Achilles, and I was like, that guy needs to get out there and play. If he was a real man, he'd play 4 more games and get this team to the playoffs.
That Mamba mentality.
By the way, Riley Leonard, now questionable next week with a knee injury. If Riley Leonard can't play, I legitimately could not tell you who the quarterback is going to be. Easton Stick? Is he still there?
No.
Chris Painter?
Is Sam Ellinger still there?
No, that's who I was thinking of. Sam Ellinger.
Yeah. I almost said Quinn Ewers because I was like Texas quarterback. But no, I think Sam Ellinger was there.
Arch Manning? Can he play?
Arch Manning. I mean, it's not like he's going to be resting up for the playoffs.
Texas out of the playoffs?
Yeah, make it.
The only thing I know about the playoffs is Miami and Notre Dame out.
Oh, yeah, because Richardson snapped the belt in his eye.
Richardson snapped himself on the eye with a rubber band.
It's not funny, guys, but it's like I just remember that.
Yeah, they were like, we think Anthony Richardson may never see again, and like apparently until last week he still had blurry vision in that eye, but he will not be playing football this year.
Yeah, I feel like they'd have to dip into their practice squad then.
Isn't Riley Leonard the practice squad? Who is on their practice squad as a quarterback?
I have no idea. Colts.
How about this? Since this one's obviously real, is Trevor Lawrence real or fake? Can we get to the bottom of this?
I think with the right team around him, he's very real.
So he's fake.
I mean, let's take a look at it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this quarterback conundrum we got here in Indianapolis.
18 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 2,880 yards, under a 60% completion percentage on the year for Trevor Lawrence.
Not good.
Hey, can we revisit a famous clip from this podcast real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Caleb Williams for Trevor Lawrence. Who do you take? Okay, so you had to think about it
a lot slower this time than it was last time. Yeah.
And that says more than words ever could, Mike.
That's what they say. Let's see. Brett Ripien's on their practice squad. Yeah.
Brett Ripien's still in the NFL?
Yeah, he's on the Colts practice squad, according to the Colts official website.
What would the line have to be next week for you to take the Colts?
Who are they playing next week?
It doesn't matter. They can play the fucking Saints.
Tyler Shuck versus Brett Ripien? Good news. They're going to Seattle next week.
Oh, that's good. Hey, Sauce Gardner. Bad trade?
I feel like it's really hard to evaluate midseason NFL trades. Just like getting thrown onto a new team into a new system. But with that said, he plays corner.
He's expensive. He's out for the season after 1.5 games.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave up 2 firsts for him. I think it's a bad trade just off process alone. But I also think people being like, that was the worst trade this year. It's like, all right, let's calm down.
Like if he comes back next year, and is like a top 10 corner in the league, everybody's gonna be like, what a great trade they made. They're so smart.
No, I don't think anyone's ever gonna say a great trade because it was 2 firsts for him, and that's like too much. But like at least he can come back and like it won't be an embarrassing trade. I think that's totally reasonable.
True, it is rough giving up 2 firsts now that you don't have a quarterback. Unless you're like the question of is this Daniel Jones thing legit was already still very cloudy, and now let's add on to it a torn Achilles. I don't think he's the guy going forward.
The good news is that they can't make a worse trade than Carolina giving up the eventual first pick in the draft a few years ago, or the Atlanta Falcons gave up what's going to be a top 10 pick to the presumptive Super Bowl favorite Los Angeles Rams.
Should be the Super Bowl favorite.
I haven't looked at the odds, as I'm not a degenerate gambler. But we need to get to the bottom of this. Trevor Lawrence, real or fake?
Oh, I forgot we're still talking about Trevor Lawrence being real or fake. I'm gonna say real because I haven't heard anybody saying he's amazing.
Not even Duval himself.
No, I don't even think Duval himself thinks he's amazing. I think Duval himself thinks I have a solid NFL starting quarterback. I don't have to worry about the position right now. It's not the top of my list, but
You know
I
what?
don't
That
have
should
a
be good
superstar.
enough too. That
Yeah,
should just be good enough.
yeah.
All right, Mike. Next up, the battle for the number 1 seed in the draft, number 1 pick of the draft. The Tennessee Titans win 31-29 over the Cleveland Browns. Real or fake?
I don't I don't know. This could went either way, really. It's a coin flip. I guess I'm gonna say a little fake because
You
I
think
can't
Cleveland
imagine
could have
they
won?
play. I don't know. No, I guess it was real. I don't know how many times is Tony Pollard running for 161 against the Browns defense.
How many times is Shedeur Sanders throwing 3 touchdowns and 1 interception in his career, Mike?
But against the Titans defense, he could do
Yeah.
it again.
You know what my
I don't
favorite
know
part
if
about this
Pollard's
is?
doing that again.
Leaving this game, a lot of people were like, Cam Ward. Cam Ward averaged 4.2 yards a completion. I'm the biggest Cam Ward stand on the play. I was watching this game and I was like, man, Cam Ward looks bad. Like, this is not looking good. And what, like, his top targets are fucking Chimera DK.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be the first to excuse Cam Ward's shortcomings. But, like, Cam Ward did not have a stellar game. He got outplayed by Shedeur Sanders.
Completely.
This should not be the game where you're like, Cam Ward. Like, yeah, he won a game against the terrible Cleveland Browns, or the really good Cleveland Browns defense, but, like, that's not totally his fault.
Okay. Speaking of Sanders, people on Twitter get on my nerves. People who engagement farm on Twitter, I think, get on my nerves with the way they post things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, someone posted a clip from Shadeur's presser, and it was like, wow, Shedeur Sanders gets into it. It was a reporter named so-and-so about last play. And literally what happened was he got asked about the last play, and he said, like, as a player, of course, like, I'd want to be out there. I'd want the ball in my hands with the game on the line, but like that was the call. I'm not gonna like second guess that. And then he was like, it's something that like we ran in practice, and we just like we didn't execute it today. And then the reporter goes, and did you like successfully execute it in practice? And Shooter goes, sure. Shooter looks at him and goes, no, we didn't do it right, but we decided to call it in a game. It just like shook his head at him, and I was like, I thought it was funny. It actually made me like Shooter a little bit.
That makes me like Shedeur a little bit. Should we talk about the 2-point conversion play?
Someone posted the clip from Waterboy where the coach is trying to come up with, because part of that thing is he used to have like great plays and then their dude stole them and now he's like has this mind block. He's like, so when it goes in, the running back fakes to the right. No, he fakes faking it to the right. He's like, I have no idea what I'm saying. Someone posted that and it was like, the Browns literally called a play from Waterboy. That's kind of what happened. Like he goes to the right and then I think was he supposed to pitch it?
Yeah, I think he was supposed to pitch
on it. Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins looks like, when you're playing The Sims and you can queue up a bunch of actions, and then like if your Sim's in the middle of like making food and you cancel one of the actions, they'll just drop their food to the ground and go do whatever they're supposed to do next.
Mm-hmm.
Like Quinshon Judkins looked like Stefanski had queued him up to pitch the ball, and then someone went through and just clicked X on the pitch, and he was like,
It didn't go well.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely like when like they've put option plays in Madden and like college football, and the first time you play them, and you're like, oh wait, do I hold down X? Wait, what?
Yeah. Or when you're trying to like fast forward through something and you accidentally mash the button too many times.
Yeah.
And the play starts and you're just like throwing the ball somewhere.
Right.
Big Harold Fannin game. You're the Harold Fannin guy, so almost a bigger Harold Fannin game.
I was just giving him his flowers. He deserves them. He's having a great rookie season. It's a good rookie tight end class.
I would say the only argument to be made that this game was fake is that this season the Cleveland Browns and Tennessee Titans should not be combining for 60 total points in a game.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I think this was about as real as this result could have been either way.
Now, I will say this, because everybody's going to be like, and I get it. I usually agree with this. Like, why are you winning games, Tennessee? You're hurting your draft stock. It took them from like the first pick to the third pick, and they're not one of the teams that's going to be going QB in the top 5.
No, but it could have cost them either a boon to move back or Reuben Bain.
That's true. Even though Tankathon has Averill Reese number 1 overall now. But I don't really follow their mock drafts very well.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Seattle Seahawks at Atlanta Falcons. Seahawks win this game 37-9. Real or fake, Mike?
Yeah, it's pretty real.
Yeah. Atlanta sucks?
I think you can drop the question mark from your intonation there. Yeah, they suck. And they suck because they don't have a quarterback, and so then it's like, all right, well, Bijan save us, and Bijan's like, I'm one man. What do you want from me?
First off, Bijan, when everyone on this very good Seattle defense knew that he'd be running the ball,
Yeah,
was still like staying ahead of schedule. Like he would it would be 1st and 10 on the possession after Kirk Cousins threw a pick. Kirk Cousins would be under center, and you're like, okay, I'm sitting at home on my couch, and I know this is a run, and Bijan would still get 6 yards.
Yeah, he had 20 carries for 86, and his long was only 11 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I should say every run was only 6 yards. So
yeah, but still to get have a successful positive play when, like you said, everybody on the earth knew that they're just going to have to hand it to Bijan. Like, the dude's still a dude.
Let me say this
Good
also.
Shaheed game as well, by the way.
Huge game for the Mike Regan rule of young and bad quarterbacks.
Kyle Pitts
got 10 targets.
Yeah.
Hey, Kirk Cousins is fucking bad. Like he's terrible.
If he was still good, good enough to be considered in the grizzled vet category, he would have just fed his wide receiver 1 all day. But he didn't because he's in the bad QB category, so he's fed the tight end all day.
The Falcons, like, not only are the Falcons bad, but they're like losing to bad teams. Like, I'm not calling Seattle bad, but they've lost to the Jets. They lost to the Dolphins in like the worst era of the season for the Dolphins, and they got shut out by the Panthers.
Yeah, they got some bad losses there on the resume. And also, you could sit here, you can't even main point I'm about to say is Mahoris. I'm such a busy man.
Outside there on the post, it's Mahoris.
Raheem Morris it's over, bud.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, and there's not, you can't even say like, oh, well, starting quarterback got hurt. Like, yeah, Penix wasn't playing great before he got hurt.
You know what my favorite play of the game was?
What?
In complete garbage time, somehow Drew Lock, who barely was in this game at all, fumbled the ball.
Mizzou, baby.
Drew Lock is Mizzou.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Not much to say about this game, so we're just going to keep moving on here. Next up, Cincinnati at Buffalo. Bills win 39-34 in a comeback victory over the Cincinnati Bengals, effectively putting a stake in the heart of the Bengals. Mike, real or fake?
Mm-hmm. This is real. This is real.
Josh Allen, like, okay, I live in Chicago, where it has snowed in the last week, probably a grand total of 9 or 10 inches.
It's snowing here right now.
Yeah. Which, in Chesapeake, if it snows 2 inches, it's like in Chicago if it snows 10 inches.
Oh, yeah, there's been like 6 car crashes out the window right now. Cause
Josh Allen runs on ice and snow in a way that I am so jealous of.
Preach.
I walked to the store today, and I decided not to put on my snow boots because they're cumbersome and difficult, and I nearly died walking on snow. Josh Allen runs faster than NFL players on snow. Like, I don't know if you saw the hit Marvel movie this year, Captain America Brave New World. But Harrison Ford plays the Red Hulk, who has to take pills to stop himself from turning into the Hulk. Is there any chance that snow turns Josh Allen into a white Hulk?
You just call Harrison Ford red pilled?
Harrison Ford is red pilled. He's strongly red pilled in this movie. Actually, near the end, he stops being red pilled, and then a black superhero has to beat him up. So,
yeah.
Real good political commentary there with maybe the worst movie of the year. Josh Allen, like Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league right now. But Josh Allen in the snow is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. It's wild. Like,
well,
he can just cut through cold air like no one else. He can outrun players like no one else. Trey Hendrickson, by the way, season-ending injury in this game. But
yeah, I saw that. One of the things why
it's like appointment viewing. If Josh Allen is playing in the snow, you just got to watch it.
I mean, that was part of. I mean, there's a lot of reasons we drafted him, but like, you have to think about where you play when you draft quarterback. In Buffalo, this is the last year in the stadium, but that stadium's wide open. It can get windy, it can get cold, it can get snowy, and they were like, "Well, that dude's got a fucking cannon, so that won't hinder him as much." So we'll go. I love this man so much. He all my issues with the Bills I have about this team as a whole, I'm actually not even upset anymore because it means now on a weekly basis, if we're gonna win, we have to get superhero Josh, and there's nothing more fun in the world for me to watch than superhero Josh.
And in
And just shattering records.
a weak year for Super Bowl contenders, superhero Josh might be enough to do it, man.
That's what I started thinking too.
Yeah.
Because I've been super negative, and then I'm like, dude, if we can just get in there and Josh keeps playing like this, we have a shot. But
no Cincinnati, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
And we beat them all this year.
And you beat them all this year. Josh Allen would be the best quarterback in the playoffs by like a solid margin.
Yeah. I mean, he was making those just stupid throws yesterday. And the crazy part about him is like his one touchdown where he scrambled on 4th and 4 and then hit through like that laser to Shakir, who had like 3 dudes around him.
Yeah.
That's not even like he just threw one up there and got lucky. Like when you watch that play, there's so much about that Josh did that like obviously he goes out, buys time, makes a bit of a move to draw defenders in, and lets Shakir get upfield. The second Shakir goes upfield, the guy who's on him has his back to Josh. So it's like, all right, you're not a threat. I can go towards him. The other 2 guys were on the sides of him. One of them's too far away. The other dude gets like stuck flat-footed looking at what was going to happen. Like it was a stupid throw, but when you like broke the play down, you were like, that was like such the right throw.
Yeah.
You know, that wasn't just like a prayer throw. Like I could do a whole podcast on why he's the greatest football player ever. But yeah,
I also really like the Buffalo keeping their foot on the gas, which is something that not enough teams do, where they get the pick 6, which is maybe my favorite pick 6 of the year. Where Christian Benford just is like standing in front of Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow tries to throw it, and Christian Benford goes, "Yeah, I'll take that for a touchdown."
Jamar Chase almost Metcalfed him.
He almost Metcalfed him, yeah.
He almost Metcalfed him.
The next play, AJ Epinesa picks off Joe Burrow again. And Buffalo doesn't like, oh, let's run the clock down. They're just like, nah, 31-yard pass.
And it's the aggressiveness that I, for years, have always like yelled at them that sometimes they don't do. Like when it comes to my teams, I'm very big on like you step on their throat, you stay aggressive until those clocks hit 0, you know? So.
Also, not that it ended up mattering at all. But the Joe Burrow, like that insane final touchdown that he threw to T. Higgins in the back of the end zone, followed by sacking him on the 2-point conversion attempt. That was like, all right, this one's over. I'm just going to switch the channel.
Yeah. So, there's one more thing that really slipped my mind. I wrote down, I had all these notes. Oh, they were all just, I won't go into them. There were a bunch of just Josh Allen stat notes. I was like, that's pretty impressive. You're like, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? Oh, what's that? First player and with 20 plus passing touchdowns and 10 plus rushing touchdowns in 3 straight seasons. Did you see that? Oh, did you see this? He set another record.
Most marriages to Haley Steinfeld?
No. It was his 50th game with a passing and rushing touchdown, which broke the previous record set by Josh Allen.
I wonder if he'll break it again next week.
We're going to keep getting that graphic every year.
The final early slate game, the Minnesota Vikings win a close victory over the Washington Commanders, 31-0. What's up?
Before we go to that game, I just have to say one more thing. This is why I started looking at my notes about Josh Allen's stats, and I was like, I'm not gonna. It's overwhelmingly Stafford right now
for MVP.
Don't count out Josh.
Josh is 14-1 right now, 17-1.
He's pretty far out there.
No, I think that's good money to spend.
Yeah, the games he's having, plus we have a big game in Foxborough next week against the Pates. You know, the Pates.
The Pates. As we all call them, yes.
Plus we still have the Eagles on the schedule. Like if he balls out for 4 straight weeks, it could be a tight race there.
It's also like, you know what's really important is primetime games.
Yes.
And Buffalo's got a few of those, so.
We don't have any more primetime.
You know, I thought the one against the Eagles was primetime.
Now it's 4:25.
Huh. Fucking flex that one into primetime, Fox.
I don't know what else is going on that week.
Well, it's also America's game of the week, so there's no way they flex it. Anyways, Minnesota Vikings 31, Washington Commanders 0. Real or fake?
Real, I guess.
Oh, I think this one's fake. I think it's fake, because McCarthy is not this good. We know this by now, right? Like, let's all stop doing this every week where we, like, McCarthy's bad for 3 weeks in a row, then has a 3-touchdown game where he throws less than 200 yards and going, McCarthy? It's good starting quarterback? No, come on.
It's a little bit of a Tua thing in that McCarthy had 23 attempts. And I think that's the sweet spot. Most games Kevin O'Connell is going to want to keep him in is 25 and less.
Yeah, some of the O'Connell wizardry is just that, like, Aaron Jones sort of won this game for them despite not having that many yards, and really their defense won for them. It's the Brian Flores wizardry. JJ McCarthy is basically just tossing it into the end zone to cap a drive. They did have some insane drives in this. Like, the first half initially looked like it was going to be 4 total drives. Because the Vikings' first drive of the second quarter, their second drive overall, was a 12-minute and 1-second drive.
Jesus.
Yeah. Followed immediately by a bunch of punts. Jane Daniels was out of this one injured.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. I'd also say fake, especially to the extent of a 31-0 blowout, that if these teams were healthy, this is a different game.
I don't... Well, mainly like, fully healthy? Sure. If it's just Jaden Daniels and that's the only change, it might be like 7-31.
Not sure. This is such like a... This was sort of a rough year for the Commanders. Just bad luck after bad luck. I'm really interested in the offseason for the Commies because new ownership. Things went great that Jane Daniels' rookie year, and then things went really bad this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles this offseason. Is he going to be very like, nope, we have a plan in place, injuries and stuff. We got to stick to the plan we have laid out with this like front office and this regime? Or is he going to be like, a little Steve Ballmer about it and start doing crazy shit?
I don't think of Steve Ballmer as the crazy shit guy. I think of Matt Ishbia as the crazy shit guy.
Ishbia's the Suns, right?
Yeah. David Tepper?
That's true. The Suns did start to see like a little bit of success again, and then he immediately was like, "Give me Beal, give me Durant."
Well, that's the year after he bought the team from them.
Okay, yeah.
And then David Tepper would be the other guy in Carolina who, like, took over and was like, "I'm trading away Christian McCaffrey, and I'm trading for the first overall pick to take Bryce Young."
Yeah.
Jane Daniels has had one good game this season.
I feel like he just never got out of the gate.
I would agree in the sense of he's been bad all year.
Well, no, I feel like before he could even like really get his feet under him and get in the groove this season, he suffered his first injury.
Yeah, he had the hamstring injury early on in the second week. Comes back, plays 2.5 games, and gets hurt again. And now he's once again hurt after getting knocked. By the way, every single Commanders fan said, do not play Jaden Daniels during this game. Just, the season's over.
Yeah,
sit his ass on the bench. Bring him back next year when he's fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn, Jaden Daniels, whoever the brain trust is that said, let's play him, fucking, come on. How does ownership not step in there and go, no, this is an investment and we're not letting you come back too soon in a lost season?
Right, and it's so much different than like when Burrow came back. People are like, why are you coming back? One, I think Zach Taylor was over there going, I need to like pull off a late season win streak to possibly save my job.
Yep.
And two, the Bengals know, okay, if we bring Burrow back, like he's going to get hurt again eventually. Look at his track record.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe we're just speeding it up a little bit.
Yeah, and Burrow's trying to beat the injury prone tag. And so he's got to come back. Jane Daniels, it's his second season. Last year he missed half a game, and that's it.
Right. There's also a difference between elite QB approaching 30, at 30, and his
Burrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 28, 29.
29, yeah, like in the prime years, and a guy who's 22, 23, and his career is just getting going. That's right. I forgot Jaden. He was in college as long as he was. But still a few years difference. You want to, put a little more bubble wrap on Jaden.
Yeah. And like the season's completely over. Like the Bengals, when Burrow came back, could still win their dog shit division.
Yes, that's our thing.
The Commanders have no chance of making the playoffs, and they had no chance going into this week. And he brought him back against a Brian Flores. Like it's bad decisions across the board. It's a bad game to bring him back in. It's a bad season to bring him back in. He's coming off of like the most dislocated elbow ever. He's wearing a special pad on it, which means no, he is not 100% healthy. If he was 100% healthy, he would not have been wearing a special arm sleeve.
I never took the time to see what the official like diagnosis was on that elbow injury, because after seeing the injury, I was like, "Oh, that's his year's. The year's done. That was nasty." And so I never went back to see, what was the actual diagnosis, because I just figured, he's done for the year.
I don't know how much else there is to talk on this game. Daniels throws the interception. It's a tipped ball. It's not totally his fault. It's one of those like, all right, listen, like learning moment here for a young quarterback. You got to change the arm angle on those screen passes when Andrew Van Ginkel's coming through the line.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tip ball interception. Gets knocked over in the play. Marcus Mariota comes in, throws an interception on the next pass, and the game's over. I mean, the Vikings just run the air out of the game. Any more thoughts, or can we move on to the afternoon slate?
Move on to the afternoon slate.
Denver at the Las Vegas Raiders. Denver wins 24-17. Real or fake, Mike?
Denver wins 24-17. Real, because it's Denver, so they're going to keep winning, but not by a lot.
Kenny Pickett touchdown? You got a Kenny Pickett touchdown? You like a Kenny Pickett touchdown?
Oh, my Kenny Pickett touchdown. I do have one thing I need to rant about on this one, is that, hey, people who, when you lose a bet, you just lost a bet. It doesn't always mean that every sport game is rigged. Everybody was pissed off about how this game ended, and people were like, "Oh, investigate." No, you lost a bet. Just like fucking deal with it. You lost a bet.
Are they talking about the senseless field goal being the?
Yeah.
I'm guessing the line on this was like 7.5 or something.
8.5. So everybody's like, "Oh, I guess a lot of people took the Raiders plus 8.5, and this was fixed." And it's like, no, it wasn't. Like, that's not the first time this year in like this football season. I know I saw it sometimes in college this year where they've kicked pointless field goals because they're like, we're going to lose anyway. Why am I going to go out there and try to make them run some like dumb play to try to do something ridiculous that's like not like physically possible with the amount of time left on the clock? Just kick the field goal.
Yeah. Did you hear the story they told during this game? I mean, yeah.
You couldn't have thought. I can tell you're like, yeah.
You hear the story they told during this game where Riley Moss has started wearing boxing gloves during practice so that he'll stop holding receivers?
Amazing.
And my one other thing is, folks, buy your Pat Bryant stock now. They're targeting him more and more each week. He's open.
Dude, Pat Bryant was a good pick for them.
They had a good draft.
They did.
Yeah. Team talent alone loses 17-45 to the Los Angeles Rams, the spiritual team talent alone, if you will.
Oh,
real or fake?
Before that, I just want to say that Bo Nix 31-38 for 212 is such a Bo Nix stat line.
Yeah.
Moving on. Team talent alone, you said the Rams beating up on the Cardinals is 100% real.
Yeah, this is maybe the most real result of the week. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so.
This is the difference between the Rams and the Cardinals. We can throw out the Rams game last week, and I think you and I even talked about that. Like, they lost. It was a weird loss. I mean, they got kind of boat raced by Carolina. I'm not taking anything away from Carolina, but that's the NFL's aberrations. The NFL's a low event sport. Last week was the aberration game for the Rams.
Yeah.
This is the real Rams. This is the Matt Stafford moving back into the pole position for MVP Rams. Mm-hmm. This is the Puka Nacua actually the best wide receiver in the NFL? Game.
Mike, this is Puka Nacua. Sometimes I can't pronounce his name. Puka Nacua. I don't know. This is crazy. How about a little, because it was a blowout. Boy, Blake Corum got some more snaps. Decided to go ahead and just cook.
Yeah, this was such a peaks and valley game. Like, if you just took Michael Wilson, Puka Nacua, and Blake Corum stat lines, you'd be like, oh, must have been a lot of fun. And you watch the game and you're like, this game was over so early.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like 10-7 in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And and Los Angeles just rips off 2 touchdowns. Arizona misses a field goal, go into halftime, and I was like, I don't know, like I'll have it on the quad box because there's only 3 games on, but I'm not paying attention to this game anymore.
Right. I don't want to belabor my point, but last week Blake Corum also had 7 carries for 81 and a touchdown. I think the NFL should fear McVay unlocking Corum in year 2, because if he has like Kyron and Corum cooking in the backfield, plus like Stafford and that receiving core, yeah, like you said it earlier, I'm looked at the odds. There's no way this team's not the Super Bowl favorite. The way their defense is playing, what they have on offense, you can't sell me on another team being the favorite.
I think just for fun, the NFL should pass a rule that the Rams are required to start a 7th-round rookie at running back every year. Because McVay will still get that guy to 6 yards a carry.
Right. I mean, you know, Corum was drafted in the 3rd round, though, right?
I know. I'm just saying, like,
okay,
just for fun, right? Like,
fun.
A day 3 rookie running back has to play 20% of the snaps for the Rams.
Well, I mean, here you go. He only got 8 attempts, but undrafted free agent Ronnie Rivers on those 8 attempts averaged 5.1 a carry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this should be a rule. This should be an NFL rule. It's just for fun. Also, it'll keep McVay interested. You'll keep him coaching for 2 decades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we need.
Green Bay Packers at home beat the Chicago Bears 28-21 to take the lead in the NFC North. Mike, real or fake?
I think this is real. Like, these teams being a touchdown apart tracks for me.
This game also was the first time I was like, oh, I actually kind of believe in the Bears.
I guess, look, yeah, let me rephrase that. This game ends, like, I should say specifically, this game ends 1 score either way. That tracks. Like, I think these are very close teams. That's the point I was trying to make.
And it ends on an interception.
Yeah.
But this, like, Ben Johnson, I know he's a football coach, so he's a sociopath. If I was Ben Johnson, I would have left this game and been like, I feel pretty good about that. Like, Caleb Williams, 5.3 yards, 5.3 yards of pass, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception to lose the game, but outside of that, played a pretty clean game. And they were 7 points, within 7 points of the Green Bay Packers, despite the fact that they were allowed to hold Micah Parsons every single play.
Yeah. And when you look at, like, the running efficiency, they didn't run the ball bad. And so they played well. It was just, I mean, it was a cold, tight. What do they call it? Isn't the NFC North the black and blue division? Not the nickname for it?
I think it's the AFC North.
No, the AFC North is I play video games if they're on the 1 o'clock slate.
Yeah, the Doo-Doo Brown division.
Doo-Doo Brown division.
This might have been Jordan Love's best game of the season, which I know that we've talked about this on the podcast, how Jordan Love every week has his best game or his worst game of the season.
This one actually was, though, I think.
Yeah. Should we start that? Should every week we ask if this is Jordan Love's best or worst game of the season?
I like that. That's a good gimmick right there.
He had his touchdown to Bo Melton. I was like, okay, that is a Brett Favre-ass touchdown. Like, it's like, if you just squint and you're colorblind and you don't think about stealing from charity, it almost looks like Brett Favre out there sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, the Bo Melton touchdown, that is thrown into triple coverage in ice-cold weather behind Bo Melton, and it's a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
What would you think if the commies traded for DJ Moore?
I would think that we did that last year with Deebo Samuel.
Wow, you're saying DJ Moore at this point is basically what Deebo is at this point in his career?
I think they're both good. I don't think
either
one of them's a bad
season's
player.
Going on,
but
the way
fine.
like Loveland's picked up the target share. Luther Burden's been getting more involved. Like Odunze was a 1st-round pick. Like, they have weapons there to where if, like, the Bears wanted to kind of make like a big swing, they do have a pretty solid trade chip. And DJ Moore, the only downside is that his contract is hefty.
But he's not a pretty good trade chip. Like, when he got traded to the Bears, no one was like, DJ Moore's a top 10 receiver.
Yeah, he played great for him.
But DJ Moore's a wide receiver 1 in, like, the pure sense of there are technically 32 wide receiver 1s.
Right.
But, like, DJ Moore for T. Higgins, who says no?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I had to double check it, but there has been a decline. Like, since that first year in Chicago where he had over 1,300 yards, there's been a decline since then.
Yeah, like, DJ Moore's good. But Roma Dunze is ascending, and I think better than DJ Moore. Luther Burden as your slot guy is a more valuable tool. Colston Loveland is a pass catching back. Cole Kmet on the other side. Like DJ Moore is not a necessary part of this. Like if they trade him, they're getting like a conditional fourth. It's DJ Moore. Yeah. It's not fucking Jamar Chase.
No, not at all.
Final game on the slate, Mike, unless you have any more Packers-Bears thoughts. How about this? Christian Watson for DJ Moore, who says no.
I say I'll keep DJ Moore. I don't want Christian Watson.
Christian Watson has the injury concerns, but since he's come back, he has had almost 80 yards and a touchdown every week.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. He's averaging a touchdown a week since he came back, and he's averaging just under 80 yards a game.
I will be honest. Like I'm considering it. I'm not saying I'm considering removing my bitch made tag from the Packers. Last couple of weeks, they've showed me something.
Well, we'll be back next week to cover if it was Jordan Love's best or worst game of the season.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Final game, or what I believe is called the Mike Victory Lap Bowl. The Houston Texans win 20-10 over the Kansas City Chiefs. The now dead and gone Kansas City Chiefs.
Someone called Justin Timberlake.
That's what I was thinking.
Dead and gone. Dead and gone. Yeah.
Real or fake?
What? Real.
Yeah.
Because what this Texans defense has been doing has been unreal. I mean, I'm not just saying doing it against like Tyler Shuck or something. Like they gave my Lord and Savior Josh Allen a living hell. Like we just see them a bad day, a very terrible, no good, very bad day. And they're doing it against like the best offenses or the best quarterbacks or however you want to, quantify it. And what was let me see what the final number was on this. I meant to look it up earlier. 50% of his dropbacks, Patrick Mahomes found himself under pressure. 21 of 52, or 21 out of 42.
Yeah, it's I gotta say, like, I am not normally a defense wins championships guy. Like, I think that's just too much of a platitude for me to really buy in on. This is the defense wins championships year if you're going to believe in Houston or Denver or end of list. Is there anyone else in that conversation?
Right. You can sell me on a defense winning a championship, but that defense has to hit like that ungodly level that the Texans defense has hit this season.
Seattle would be the other one in the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just look at the last 3 weeks, Houston has far and away the best defense in the league by EPA per play. It's Houston, Seattle, and Jacksonville, and then no one else is even in the conversation.
Also, remove how well the Texans defense keeps playing like this. The Chiefs are in the same category as the Ravens. Like, let's just get to the end of the season.
Yeah, what do you do? So, this game features Travis Kelce having a terrible drop. It features Rashid Rice getting hit at a high speed and then run away from, which he is very familiar with, but not on the receiving end.
So people were quick to that joke on Twitter.
Were they? I thought, damn it! I thought that was a me original joke. I saw that and I was like, I got a sick joke for this one. Maybe Patrick Mahomes' worst game of his career.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? You just let Travis Kelce go off and be a trophy husband. You draft Barrow to light. So they were down their two starting tackles, and then Wanya Morris, their starting left tackle, went out of the game early. And then you might find this hard to believe, Mike, but when you're on your third string tackle and you're against Jonathan Grenard, it's going to be a tough day for you. Kamari Lassiter as a pick. That's not like necessarily important. I just really like Kamari Lassiter, so I just want to bring up whenever he gets a pick. Oh, I'm sorry. Kamari Lassiter. Yeah, Kamari Lassiter had a pick. We're good. We're good.
I wonder, and I feel like part of what you think the Chiefs should do depends on what you do think of like Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. I mean, if you think those are like the kind of weapons you need to stick with. I mean, I think they do need a plan after Kelsey's not done this year, which he might not be. He might be the kind of guy who doesn't want to go out on such a dud, so he could come back for another year, but his career is definitely coming to an end. I know, I was kind of getting like scared of thinking about last night.
Mortality?
Monsters under my bed. No. Back in the year 2006, things are a little bit different here, but hear me out. The New England Patriots lost the conference championship game to the Colts. That year, their leading wide receiver was Richie Caldwell with 760 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they went and did in the offseason?
Randy Moss.
Yeah.
So you think that they're the DJ Moore team, the Randy Moss of our generation?
I don't know about that, but who knows? Like if there is like that big, like a disgruntled wide receiver in a crap situation or something like that, they could go out and big fish hunting.
So Rodgers retires, Tomlin gets fired. Does DK Metcalf save this Chiefs team?
No,
Okay.
I don't think they go. I don't think they go with DK. Like I don't think Pittsburgh
Does
would
Justin
move.
Jefferson force his way out?
That was the name I thought of. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like, he seems like he's not having fun, but Justin Jefferson's like maybe the least diva-y wide receiver at the top of the game that we've ever had.
Yeah, body language hasn't been great, but whose body language could be good when you got 9 back there? You know,
Nines mainly. Nine's
Wait,
got the body language of someone who thinks he's going to win a Super Bowl one day.
oh, he does definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so DJ Moore ain't saving this team. DK Metcalf, Pickens.
Pickens. Oh, that's scary. No, is there to get a contract extension done?
Yeah, right after the trade for him.
Oh, okay, so he's locked in. Okay, then no.
I mean, they could still trade him.
They could. I don't think they would. But CeeDee Lamb is like, I don't like this Pickens guy eating up my targets. God help us if that caliber of a wide receiver eventually ends back up in Kansas City, it will suck to see.
Yeah, then they'll just the problem though there is that they're gonna have to figure out a way to get CeeDee Lamb 40 yards downfield in less than 2 seconds because the offensive line is still fucking Swiss cheese.
That's true. Yeah, and I forgot the player who went down again, but they
Lonnie
lost
Morris?
another lineman.
Yeah,
Early
Morris.
in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it just got them. So I mean, I think at some point they're going to go out and get a big weapon because the late first round wide receiver plan isn't working. Travis Kelce isn't what he once was, so they got to do something.
If you're Kansas City right now, how many firsts would you trade for Devontae Adams? Leading the NFL in touchdowns.
What is he?
33?
2. Devontae Adams only 32.
Yeah.
Shit.
You trade 3 firsts?
Not
Would
3
you-
firsts.
You're Kansas City. Your goal is to win a Super Bowl. You're hoping that's gonna be the 32nd pick in the draft.
Yeah. 3.
I'm just asking questions.
That's insane.
I'm just like Aaron Rodgers out here on the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm just
There's
asking
too many other things that could go wrong in that like scenario where
Yeah.
I want some of those first back. Like I can't. Yeah, I can't sign off on that.
All right, that's real or fake for every game in the NFL. I think we called 90% of these games real, or at least you did.
And they did really happen.
They did really happen. We've solved that. Tonight, Philadelphia at Los Angeles. Let me ask you this, Mike: will the result of this game be real or fake?
Philadelphia at Los Angeles.
Yeah,
it'll probably be real. Philadelphia's probably
fake.
gonna win.
I'm gonna go fake. I think like it's gonna be like a game that's like 7-0 or something. It's gonna be a fake game.
It's gonna be a pretty boring game, I think.
Next up, we have a segment we're gonna skip with the PFF grades. So we're not gonna do that because we're running long on time.
Okay.
Because we're going long here. And if we decide we want to talk about it, we'll do it on Wednesday. And if we decide we don't want to, just remember this Arizona team sucks. And it's not fun to talk about.
Nope.
So what we are gonna do, Mike, is we're gonna do a head coaching candidate draft. We did this earlier in the season. I believe the number 1 pick was Jesse Minter.
Oof.
There is currently 2 vacancies. I've highlighted 7 more I think should be. Now, this is should be. I don't think that all of these will be vacancies. I am saying these are the 7 teams that should have an open head coaching spot at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the teams. Pittsburgh Steelers. Just give me a yay or nay for each of these if you think they should fire their coach.
Yay.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
Baltimore Ravens. That one I didn't have down. I just realized I listed 3 AFC North teams, and I thought I might as well just list all 4.
That thought did pop in my head if we're coming to the end of John Harbaugh there, but I would say no.
Las Vegas Raiders. Dude, Pete Carroll is going to be 80.
Yeah. I hate the idea of like the big regime change, hire a new coach, but yeah, like pull the ripcord now before it gets any worse.
The Washington Commanders. Listen, I wasn't a Dan Quinn guy last year. I definitely am not this year.
Yeah, maybe I'd probably go after my coordinator, my offensive coordinator first, maybe.
That's his only move to keep his job. But as I've always said, Dan Quinn's only success came when Kyle goddamn Shanahan was his offensive coordinator.
He's not going to be available.
Speaking of Kyle goddamn Shanahan being your offensive coordinator, the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh yeah, Mahoris, as I called him earlier, is done.
Mahorises. Yeah. And finally, the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Since we softly agree on all 9 teams, with the only mild disagreement being the Washington Commanders, let's do 9 picks. We're gonna do 9 picks for head coach.
Seriously?
Yeah.
9 each? Oh my god.
We're gonna fill all the available spots.
Mhm.
Now, simply, Mike, would you like the first or second pick in the draft?
So wait, it's a 9-round draft, is what we're doing.
9-round draft, so it won't be equal.
Okay. You go first.
Okay, I'm gonna take Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator of the
way.
Buffalo Bills. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Listen, here's the theme of this draft, and it'll become apparent as we go in. This is a bad year to hire a coach.
A lot of names.
No one has separated themselves. Joe Brady at least has sustained success.
Yeah.
Now, he does also have Josh Allen,
that helps.
which is a lot like if you were going to hire the offensive coordinator from the Bears, who I also have written down on my list, and you're like, oh, he does have Ben Johnson. Josh Allen does a lot of smoothing for him, but the run game's been efficient. The offensive line's been good. Those are 2 aspects that I look for in an offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So, Mike, your first pick. Joe Brady's off the board.
I really didn't think you'd take him.
So you were going to take Joe Brady here.
I wasn't going to take him first. I was going to have him stashed away for later because I was like, oh, there's no way. Like, that's who he'll take. He hates him. One name here, but all right, it's gonna be a little wild. I'm gonna say Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, I have him written down too. He's becoming undeniable.
Yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to go this high with him, but
let me just interrupt you and say that's the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, in case anyone's not as plugged into offensive assistants on other teams.
Right. Yeah. And then you can hire his dad to be the OC.
To do what? Clean the bathrooms?
That is Gary's son, right?
Yeah, I think Kubiak the Elder is in hard retirement.
He got his ring. He's good.
Right now, the Clint Kubiak-led Seattle Seahawks are currently, by drop-back EPA per play, 16th.
Yeah.
On the year. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I had my thing set wrong. They are currently 5th on the year. Clint Kubiak, Joe Brady, off the board. 3rd round pick. Now, I am going to skip over the obvious pick here.
Okay.
From this organization. And I'm actually going to go to the passing game coordinator for the New England Patriots. Now, you might say, what about Mike McDaniel? And what I will respond to is, let's not.
You mean Josh?
That's Thomas Brown, who is both the tight ends coach and the passing game coordinator for a very good New England Patriots passing game.
That's funny because I had I don't know if I'm gonna take him, but I did this like on my list of candidates. I did put Josh McDaniels down.
I have him written down. I don't technically have him written down because I'm realizing now I wrote down Mike McDaniel, but I did intend to write him down.
Yeah, I forgot who you meant. The thing with him is like the stars would have to align. I feel like for there to be a lot of open positions, and like the carousel whittles down, and there's one or two teams that are like, crap, we still haven't gotten anybody, and they're like, oh well, look what McDaniels did with Drake May, and he's been a head coach before, and they'll sell themselves on it.
It's not going to happen because he's not getting fired. But it'd be so funny if he got hired by the Colts.
And then before he could sign, the Patriots took him back. Colts said, God damn it! Got us again!
He got us again! All right, Mike, your second pick and the 4th pick overall.
I'm going to go 4th pick overall. Yeah, I'm going to say it because he has some head coaching experience here. There might be other DCs you take before him, but I'm going to take him because he's, like I said, has HC experience. Well, Brian Flores.
Oh, typed the wrong. I started typing the name I thought you were gonna say, and you went a different direction. Here's why Brian Flores isn't on my list: because he sued the NFL, and the NFL seems upset about it.
Oh, that's true.
That's the only reason I didn't write him down. He has done the most with the leases here. Like if I take away, well, I was gonna say if I take away the what's his face, the pass rusher there, but even then, like not Danielle Hunter, but the one who's not Danielle Hunter. You know what I'm talking about?
Jonathan Grenard.
Yeah, Jonathan Grenard. If I take away Jonathan Grenard, which I think earlier I called Danielle Hunter Jonathan Grenard when I was talking about the Texans game.
Yeah.
6'7". If I take away Jonathan Grenard, who is the best player on that defense?
Harrison Smith.
Harrison Smith had an interception.
See, the ageless legend.
Ageless legend, Harrison Smith. But Brian Flores is doing a lot with a little, and I think that's always a very good call to follow in the footsteps of. I'm going to go young here, Mike. I'm going to do what Josh Giddey does and go young. I am going to go with the defensive coordinator of the Los Angeles Rams, one Christoph Shula.
So I was thinking about. I was like debating going with him, but I was like, Flores, litigation.
Once again, a guy that's doing a lot with a little, and maybe you wouldn't say a little because they've invested a lot in that defense, but Emmanuel Forbes is playing well, so that leads me to believe he's pretty good. Shula could be the next Mike McDonald. He could be the next defensive side of the ball, Sean McVay. Or he could be Brandon Staley. But I'd rather take shots on upside than go, you know who we should bring in? Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. We're past the halfway point in this draft. You thought it was insane to go 9 deep. You thought it was fucking wild.
I've only made 2 picks.
Yeah, but we're doing 9 total picks for 9 total openings.
Oh, I thought we were doing 9 rounds.
You thought I was going to have us pick 18 coaches?
Yeah. I was like, damn, this is going to get deep. I was kind of excited, but never mind. All right. Let's keep the DC train rolling. This is a name that could start getting you said Flores does a lot with little. Here's a guy who's doing a lot with a lot. Little Matt Burke.
You keep saying names that I am about to type down someone else, and it's never that person.
DC for Houston. Now what hurts him is D'Amico Ryan's the defensive guy, but D'Amico Ryan was there last year as the head coach, and their defense still kind of sucked. This year, same roster, finally living up to its potential, and they're crushing it. So.
Very, very good defense. Buoyed by their best player, Kamari Lassiter. And Danielle Hunter and Jonathan Grenard, whichever one of them is on the team. I might just stick in Los Angeles and go Mike LaFleur. Take a shot on Matt LaFleur's brother, who's currently the offensive coordinator for the Rams.
I didn't know that.
It's been too long since we've had the that guy was on a train with Sean McVay once effect happen. We haven't had that guy used the toilet next to Sean McVay hiring in a minute. And I feel like we're due for one, aren't we? Wouldn't you say, Mike? Yeah. That we're due for a little bit of that guy one time sniffed Sean McVay's socks hiring?
Definitely.
Did I mention that he's the offensive coordinator in Los Angeles, or did I just start talking about him?
You did. No, you mentioned that. Most people don't know that because when they just think they're like, oh, McVay probably is the offensive coordinator, right?
I mean, basically, But they do officially have one, so. All right, Mike. That's the 7th pick. We got 2 left, 1 each.
All right. My last pick. There's some logical ones to go with, but I'm just going to get weird with it for fun. Steve Sarkisian.
Jesus Christ.
He's sick of the grind. He's sick of the grind of college football. He wants to go make some big bucks.
I do not want to hire anyone who is an exclusive college guy or who is like at his core college guy into the NFL.
Sark has NFL experience, so.
But he started as a college guy.
Yeah, and his NFL experience wasn't very long. He was on, I think he was an offensive, was it coordinator or just like an offensive analyst or something for that Falcons team? Can never remember. He was, offensive coordinator for 2 seasons with the Falcons.
I don't like how college guys have worked out in the NFL. I think that the games have become so divergent that I don't want a college guy. Speaking of which, can we get Cliff Kingsbury off my fucking football team?
Unfortunately, all the openings in college have pretty much dried up. So
That's fine. He can go coach in Shanghai. The guy loves Thailand. Just send him back there.
he does.
Final pick. My last pick of the draft here. I am going to go with Anthony Campanelli. Man, it's a lot of defensive coordinators on here. The defensive coordinator off the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
That once again, kind of a defense wins championships thing. Been a good year for that. I would say like pretty mid defense to play very well. And that's always a good sign. I feel like the number one aspect that I would look for in hiring a coach, especially a defensive coach, is doing a lot with a little. Offensive coach, I just want to bring him in and get him on the whiteboard. And ideally, if you are hiring a coach, I want to go offensive coordinator.
That's usually been the theme of success recently.
Yeah.
Like
in the history of the NFL, I couldn't name one guy who came from the defensive side of the ball and had any success.
Right, Bill Belichick. I just named
Special teams coach, you know? That's really what people
no,
know him for.
He was DC.
People know him as a special teams coach, so Mike, you see, that's the thing.
It's kind of funny because we're like, let's see, Mike McDonald, defensive guy. Dan Campbell, offensive guy.
Currently, our by draft, our head coaching power rankings. Joe Brady, Clint Kubiak, Thomas Brown, Brian Flores, Chris Shula, Matt Burke, Mike LaFleur, Steve Sarkisian, and Anthony Campanelli.
My favorite part about we do drafts is when I throw out the one like crazier name is making you have to say it again and you use a recap.
Just so I have to be the one saying that ranked 8th out of 9 coaches on our head coaching candidates is Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, at least I wasn't dumb. It was like Bill Belichick, because that's not happening.
Here's some other ones I had written down that we didn't draft. Josh McDaniels, who people might know as the offensive coordinator for the middling. Below middling New England Patriots. Declan Doyle, the offensive coordinator for the Bears. Ejiro Evero, the defensive coordinator for Carolina. Josh Gizzard, who is no longer a Wizard, the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay. Jesse Minter, the number 1 pick who fell off the board for us on this one, the defensive coordinator off the I almost called it the Clippers, the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Rollis, the defensive coordinator in Arizona. The Broncos quarterback coach, Davis Webb, which I never thought I'd actually draft. When I was looking into this and I saw that Davis Webb was the quarterback coach for the Broncos, I was like, the people got to know. The people need to know that Davis Webb is the quarterback's coach for the Broncos. And finally, the person I kept thinking that you were going to draft, Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos.
No. A couple names. Like one name that I took last time we did this that didn't crack my list was Jim Bob Cooter, OC in Indianapolis. However, if these last 4 weeks, if Riley Leonard starts and he averages like 60% completion, 220 yards and a touchdown, I might just go ahead and give Jim Bob a call.
Well, if Riley Leonard averages 60% completion and 200 yards and a touchdown, I'll go ahead and forgive all your debt and get a dick tattoo. So
okay, let's go Riley. And another name that it's not going to happen as soon as I thought it would, but I still have a lot of stock in Kelvin Shepard. I think he's going to be a great coordinator for like in the future for next couple. Like he was looking great earlier this season, and then the Lions defense went downhill, got beat to shit. He has no defensive backs left, but I think he's going to have a very good career.
There you go. Hey Mike, who's winning offensive rookie of the year? Let me just ask you that, and then we'll get out of here.
Is it not Tyler Warren anymore?
Well, down the stretch, he's gonna have Riley Leonard on one leg throwing the ball 4 yards behind him.
Bad and young quarterbacks.
Right, but like you have to be good enough to be able to complete the pass.
He can complete passes.
Can he?
That man.
Was that what he was known for?
That man led a drive to open the national championship game where he fought so hard, ran so hard, he threw up. He got on the sidelines. He's a gamer, all right?
But he did that.
Quit in his DNA.
By running the ball.
Right, let's have some fun here.
No, we got to go.
Oh, it's just going to be like 10 seconds of fun. I'm just going to put a stamp on it.
Hey-o.
Right. Last 4 weeks, dear God, for the Colts, their last 4 games are at Seattle, home for San Francisco, home for Jacksonville, and then at Texas.
We took
Wow,
3
Riley.
of those defensive coordinators to be a head coaching candidate.
Yeah, Jesus, that is a tough stretch, Riley. I'm gonna say you're probably they're gonna go 2-2.
They're gonna
Calling
go. They're gonna go 0-4.
They're gonna go 2-2 with Riley. He's gonna pull it off.
They will go 0-4, unless
They
week
might even
17
lose.
Texas is resting all their starters. Then maybe they'll go 1-3.
At least the Colts. I did put a bitch made tag on them, but once Riley makes them go 4-0, I call him by his first name. We're tight like that.
Yeah, like you and Josh.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. That's all I got. I feel like we do our plugs for way too long at the end of these episodes. Do you mind if I do all of our plugs for us, and then if you have anything else to throw out, you can afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay. Follow us on socials. It's in the description. You can just click on the link and take us there. We have a website where we post everything that we do called talontalone.com. That's why this is called the Talent Alone Podcast. So go check out there. We write a lot of articles. We make a lot of podcasts. If you're listening to the audio version of this, we are on YouTube at Talent Alone Podcast. We also live stream on there. The live streams are a lot of fun, unlike these podcasts that are slogs and boring, and everyone hates.
Is that true?
No. The podcasts are very good. But the live streams, they're very nice and very laid back. We don't have to prepare anything. We just show up, we hang out, we're playing Pokemon. So stop by, subscribe, and check out the content. It's a lot of fun. We post a lot of shorts on there too that are the best moments from these podcasts. Not even the best moments, just the moments that I know the most people will reply in comments to. But the podcast or the live stream is definitely a more laid back version of us. And you can email us at talontalonepodcast@gmail.com. Tell us what plugs you miss the most that we used to have. Is there anything I missed there, Mike?
I'm with the chaos that was the playoff selection. I am working on getting a on Saturday out, just kind of breaking all that down, talking about it. So I look forward to that.
So look forward to an on Saturday, 15 minutes before kickoff on Saturday.
There's no game exciting. Oh, there's one. There's the Navy. Army
Navy. How dare you? How dare you forget the people that have served for our country by playing football while they're going to school? Well, with that, only one thing left to do, Mike, on the way out the door here. Would you like to make a defensive coordinator-based shout-out?
Shout out to Bobby Bitch Boy Babbage. Sorry, Bobby, that was mean.